and welcome to the 4 p.m. news on Canal English. I'm Regina Fonjia Leke. We are coming to you live from our studios in Douala. Our top stories this day. Fire incident in Mutengene. A plank building in Mutengene has gone into flames. The cause of the fire, it is alleged, it is poor cabling and instability of power supply. And making potable water available for Cameroonians, a 2-day seminar to supply 5 councils with potable water is ongoing in Douala. Shake-ups in Yaoundé. Elections governing body, Elekam, has a new board chair. Former Governor Abraham Eno Egwe replaces Dr. Fonkam Azo. This and more will be yours in a moment. Welcome back. We begin with the story from Mutengene, where a plank building in Plakini Street, Boya Road, Mutengene, has gone into flames. The fire started around 10 a.m. this morning, and it is alleged that the cause might be due to poor cabling. Others have blamed it on the recurrent power supply instability by the state utility Enio that has rocked the city of Mutengene lately. No human life was lost. However, there was a huge loss in property. And now, making water available for Cameroonians, a 2-day training seminar to supply 5 councils in Cameroon with potable water is ongoing in Douala. The project, which will rehabilitate non-functional water points and provide toilets, is partly sponsored by the European Union. We have the story with D. Morin.
The access to potable drinking water is the major concern of some councils in Cameroon that are working to arrest the situation thanks to a partnership with 5 councils and 2 Italian councils.
The goal is to help them to manage those who exist already, those who are there now. But there are just few of them who have to reconstruct. Then it is after what they have to do that, because now if you go on the field, they are doing an activity that we call the diagnosis. During the diagnosis, you identify the problem of each side. If after that, they will just say that maybe in this locality this locality needs that point have to construct there, for example.
The training with the Viterbo and Vassaleno councils is sponsored at 80% by the European Union, and the rest of the council will inject 20%. 3 public toilets non-functional, water points, among others, will be maintained.
Italy as a country, but Italy as council, because we have a specific council in Italy named Vassanello. Yes, but Vassanello have to bring 5,000 euros in this project. Yes, present the project or the program. The program is intercommunal project for sustainable water management infrastructure. So this program put in place or involved 5 councils of Cameroon: the Council of Jan, Council of Yossi, Congo Tongo, Konzem, and Douala 5.
Representative of the African Association of Water from Ivory Coast and a delegation of Italian councillors were present at the ceremony.
A little mix up there. That story was done by Christelle Catala, not Maureen D. We take you now to Yaoundé, Elekam, where a new board chair has been appointed at the Elections Management Body, Elekam. He is former Governor Eno Abraham Egwe. He replaces Dr. Samuel Fonkam Azo, who has been at the helm of Elekam for 8 years. The former inspector of the Ministry of Sport and Physical Education, Amugu Abena Apollin, was equally appointed as vice president of Elekam. These decisions are contained in a series of decrees signed by President Paul Biya yesterday. And now in Douala, the fight against maritime insecurity and illegal fishing and terrorism is on in Douala. This is one of the missions of the Spanish military vessel of Cameroon's territorial waters for the past 2 months. D. Mori has a story.
This is a registered Spanish vessel that has moored on Cameroonian territorial waters. The military vessel, Petrolero Vigor, is proof of the strong cooperation ties between Spain and Cameroon. After anchoring on Cameroonian territorial waters for 2 months, littoral administrative authorities headed by its governor Samuel Jodene Ivaha Debois has paid a visit. The Spanish vessel is cruising along the Gulf of Guinea as part of multinational tax efforts to fight against maritime piracy, illegal fishing and terrorism.
C'est des exercices
It
conjoints
is a joint exercise
avec la
between
marine
Cameroonian Navy
camerounaise
and Spanish
et
Navy.
expliquer
We are
nos
coming
techniques
together
pour lutter
to
contre
share our
la
experience and
piraterie.
techniques
Ces
in
bateaux,
order to combat piracy.
contre la piraterie.
Nous travaillons avec
We are
les
working
bateaux
on vessels and boats. We
Seine
want to
marine,
arrest maritime insecurity.
pour la sécurité maritime.
Parce que le golfe de Guinée, c'est bien sûr aussi un...
Our presence on the Gulf of Guinea is strategic. We have sent a lot of ships here. We are doing a lot of fishing. That is why we are so interested in ending maritime piracy.
La piraterie, c'est aussi une priorité du gouvernement espagnol.
The 68-meter-long vessel has on board 75 crew members. The vessel is on its second voyage to Cameroon, the last being in 2013.
Health Minister Andre Mamafuda has called on all Cameroonians to join hands in the fight against malaria. He was speaking in Yaoundé during celebrations to mark the 10th anniversary of World Malaria Day. We have that story with Beatrice Ngamo.
Strides such as drop in the rate of hospitalization due to malaria from 29 to 23% and mortality rate from 17 to 12%, consequences of actions with high impacts.
You have free in charge of preventive treatments in the direction of pregnant women, the free of charge concerning simple malaria and concerning children under 5 years. And we know that, and the main actions concerning the mass campaign of distribution of bed nets, 12 million bed nets during 2015-2016.
Saluting these measures on the occasion of celebrations of the 10th World Malaria Day this April 25th in Yaoundé, Public Health Minister Andre Mamafuda said many Cameroonians now sleep under treated mosquito bed nets.
And we think that is the time to conduct our country in the end of malaria. And if it's possible, if you start by 2 regions, far north and the north, because in these 2 regions, the malaria is seasonal. And we think that if you add pulverization, it's possible you destroy the vector.
The World Malaria Day is a day for the Ministry of Public Health, partners in the malaria fight chain, to intensify certain activities like that of anti-bacterial fight and care of cases of malaria. For this will go a long way to reach the goal. School kids of malaria clubs shared lessons they've learned on how to prevent malaria. Malaria ambassador Otto Maslin, like Auntie Chloe, all have educative songs on what we should do to avoid the killer disease, malaria, with the common being sleeping under treated bed nets. This year's World Malaria Day is under the theme End Malaria for Good and the slogan, We Can Be a Generation to End Malaria.
In the dialect, so I give the floor.
We stay in Yaoundé, where the newly installed governor of the Central Region, Nasiri Paul Biya, has been visiting services under his command. He paid a visit to the Defense and Security Forces. Beatrice Ngamo once more.
Barely 3 weeks as governor of the Central Region, heart of the political capital of Cameroon, Nasiri Paul Biya this April 25th visited security and defense forces structures of the region, the military sector number 1 at the Yaoundé military headquarters, the center military security antenna, and the Gendarmerie Legion for the center. The heads of the services and collaborators drilled the new governor of the missions, that of security of persons' property, staff force which is insufficient for some, material and other challenges in the course of duties. The reception not very different from that at the regional delegation of penitentiary administration, the center regional delegation for national security, the surveillance operational sector, the police of the police, the DGRA liaison post, and the office of the senior divisional officer Funzi, still under construction. For this first contact tour,
my impressions are good because we wanted to first of all know where our various collaborators work, in what kind of conditions under which they work, and to be able to know some of their problems. You know, these problems which are already known by the hierarchy. We equally have to do our own kind of report in order to join with all what has been said and done, so that it can have a favorable kind of reaction. We are satisfied to understand that most of these services are functioning normally.
The defense and security forces, the governor said, are in good state, but visits like this are important.
From time to time, when we pass around, is to encourage them so that they can be able to do their work well and not think that there's nobody looking at them. So we have this as a mission to equally visit them from time to time. Here we are at the prefecture to be able to equally show that by the end of the next month, this prefecture will equally leave the region and come and occupy its post here.
This Tuesday is the first in a series of 5 contact tours with security and defense forces, safe and sure that for the different regional ministerial delegations, agencies and others begins tomorrow and will end May 3, 2017.
And now some celebrations have continued in the refugee camp of Lolo Ebele of the East region. This follows the reunion of 3 families who were declared missing after conflicts broke out in the Central African Republic. We have details with Dee Morin.
It is the happiest moment for these 3 children who have just regained their families after 3 years of separation following conflicts in the Central African Republic. The ceremony is holding at the refugee camp of Lolodi in the East region of Cameroon. Families are in tears as they welcome back their lost loved ones. Mimi, 12 years, and Yusuf, for 14 years, have regained their families thanks to combined efforts of the Red Cross and the High Commission for Refugees. It is a joyful moment for us. We are happy to see these children reunite with their families. That is our mission, and other organizations who are out to put smiles on the faces of families. A total of 16 families have regained their families since the start of the year. Yusufu tells me he had lost hope of seeing his family. He thought everyone had died after the war sparkled. He knew the reunion was real when he saw a message from his mother through the Red Cross mission, he says. The Red Cross and the United Nations High Commission for Refugees say they are working to ensure lost families are reunited.
And on to this sad story, a 36-year-old lady has been discovered dead in a septic tank of her own house in Kate Monastery in Edeya in the Sanaga Maritime Division. The population was shocked by the news of the death of Adine Basoge, and it is not clear how she found herself in the septic tank. Rescuers have since this morning tried to remove her corpse from the sewage disposal tank. The State Council, the SDO for the Sanaga Maritime Division, and other authorities were present at the scene of the event. Well, it's on that note that we've come to the end of this edition of the news on Canal. Thanks for watching. Have a lovely day. Bye-bye.